Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Casual Sports Talk Podcast, Week 7 NFL Stocks Edition. And now we got a gentleman right over here who realizes at least he's not the Dolphins or the Jets right now. Here's Chris!
Yeah, we actually have a better record. Well, Cleveland Browns, of course, have a better record than the Baltimore Ravens as well. Let's go.
Yes. Who would have thought that was going to happen?
not on my bingo board for the...
That was not on the 2025 bingo forward board right here. And
nominating fashion, very nice.
And now we got a gentleman right over here who's excited to realize he went pirate hunting against the Buccaneers. Here's Douglas.
Stu, the defense is going to be elite, man. That defense is going to be elite. Like, we're starting to get into a group because we're without our top 3 defensive backs, and we shut down that elite receiver core. Aiden Hutchinson is looking amazing. McNeil in the middle he just came back from his first game, I think, in like over a year back from an ACL, and he was huge. Like, the linebackers are real solid. Like, I'm excited, man. The offense is almost more of the concern at the moment for me than the defense. Like, the offense is needs to get clicking just a touch more, but the defense is playing lights out.
Hey, this has been a good week. And also, I think, when's the last time, if I'm trying to remember, that all 3 of our teams won this week?
Well, didn't all 3 of our teams lose last week? So
yeah, that was fun. That was fun, right?
There's more positive energy this week for sure.
Yeah, but yes, when's the last time all 3 of them won? Because
I feel like it was like week 2.
Was it the Browns? Yeah, I know the Browns won week 2.
Oh yeah. We did the Cowboys win?
Yeah, I think it was week 2.
Yeah, we did win week 2.
Cowboys won 40-37 over the Giants. Lions 52-21 over the Bears. And then the Browns. The Browns did not win week 2. Oh, man.
Oh.
They lost the Ravens that week. We beat the Packers in week 3. Let's see.
Yeah, we don't count the tie. I'm just saying. Ties don't count.
Yeah, ties don't count. Lions won and Stewart, yeah. Cowboys lost to the Bears. So, yeah.
To Bears.
First week, all 3 of our teams have won.
Wow, what a week.
This is a crazy week indeed. And now, we're just going to probably talk about it. What is your thoughts on this week's NFL so far?
I say we jump to it and get going with the Steelers and the Bengals,
Yes.
We'll give you our thoughts throughout the entire podcast.
Man. It's kind of crazy. Yes, we'll start with our first team right over here. The Steelers, who, man, Aaron Rodgers played good. I'll give him credit. It was 31-33. They lost, but the defense is atrocious. I'm just saying. They did not look good. Maybe Flacco might be elite, and maybe it might be bad. So I remember I sent you a clip, Christopher, about the Brown. It was the ESPN Browns edition or Cleveland spot where he basically got mad at trading Flacco for a 5th-round pick, and people need to be fired. Should people be fired?
I mean, our coach should have been fired like 3 years ago. But we can talk about that down the road here. Flacco might be elite. I mean, but that's what happens when you target one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League 23 times. To the Steelers. What did we give the Steelers last week?
Last week we gave the Steelers a 7, and okay. You might be thinking it's my Steelers hate, but hear me out, gentlemen.
We're listening.
I feel like, is this the Russell Wilson Steelers of last year? The same Steelers?
They're 4-2, Stu.
Yes, sir. It's not like they're 3-4, 2-6, or whatever, 2-5.
Well, hear me out.
All right.
They lost to the Bengals. They lost to Joe Flacco. And is Joe Flacco good, or is the defense just atrocious?
I mean, their defense is pretty good, isn't it? Like, they gave up 14 to the Patriots. Well, no, maybe the defense isn't good. They gave 32 to the Jets.
Yeah.
I could swear the Pittsburgh defense was supposed to be like top 5 coming in the season, and I don't have a ranking pulled up, but I'm pretty sure they're nowhere near the top 5.
Oh, I don't even think they're in the top 15. I don't even think
they have TJ Watt, right?
Yeah, they got TJ Watt, who they paid he got.
The guy from the Dolphins. I can't think of his name. Cornerback or safety, whatever his name is. Oh man, I can't think of it off the top of my head. I don't know, but yeah, it's the defense. It's not the offense. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, Stuart, what are you going to give the Steelers this week?
Yeah. So last week we gave the Pittsburgh Steelers and their Permane brothers all 7s, and I'm bouncing them down to the 6. I hate to say it, this feels like Russell Wilson's Steelers last year, where it's just like, are we going to get to the point when it's the end of the season and they're just going to have loss after loss after loss after loss? And I just feel like this is like, and then they make it to the postseason, they make a wild card, and then they just get obliterated by the Bills, get obliterated by the Colts, or whoever is going to be number 1. And then it's just like, I'm sorry, this is the same old Steelers. And I just feel like, I know we're not thinking about the future right now, but I feel like the Steelers are only thinking about right now. It's like what Tree said when in our podcast. It was like the chairs of the Titanic. He's only thinking right now. And I feel like the Steelers in 2 to 5 years, they're going to be garbage. I have a bad feeling they're going to be garbage. So
I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to be the coach in 3 to 5 years.
No. They don't fire coaches. Tom, like,
he's going to retire, but he's not going to be with the team. He's not going to be he might be in the NFL, but
rarely fire. Like, you know how long it took until they
fire him, Stu. In 3 to 5 years, the Steelers won't be as good because Tomlin won't be a coach because he's going to retire as a Steelers head coach.
Yeah, but I will say, you know how long until they wanted to fire Matt Canada, and that saga a couple years ago. Just saying. But anyway, Christopher, what is your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with the 6 for sure. It's not the offense. Offense is clicking, but it's crazy. Yeah, his name's Jalen Ramsey. That's the guy who I was thinking.
Oh yeah, Jalen.
Yeah, so like the Steelers have the names on their defense, but also they're playing against Joe Flacco. The Browns, they have wide receivers, but not the wide receivers aren't good. Whereas Bengals have T. Higgins and especially Jamar Chase. So I think Joe Flacco, you give him the tools, and he'll just make a machine. And that's what he did today or on Thursday against the Steelers.
All right,
and Stuart, back to what you're saying about the Steelers. Steelers aren't done. Like, Stuart, the way you're sounding about the Steelers might bounce back next week. They play at home against the Packers. But I think
I do not think they're going to beat the Packers. They're not going to beat the Packers. And I know the Packers are mid, but I don't think they're going to beat the Packers.
It's going to be a fun game. I'll go with the 6 too. Let's keep this moving. You guys nailed it.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just a little bit disappointing on the Steelers. What we're going to start about with your.
We gave the Bengals a 3 last week as a communal vote. Wow.
Yeah, all gave Bengals a 3, and we were
off of back-to-back blowouts, wasn't it? Like they lost pretty bad to the Lions and to the Packers. Like they looked kind of lifeless.
Bengals were in second place in the AFC North. They're going to go from a 3 to a. I'll keep them at a 4. I mean, the way they currently played, that was awesome. If they continue to do that, that stock's going to rise. So yeah, 3.
I'm going to go all the way up to the 5. Like
wow.
With Joe Flacco, I think this team truly can make a push to the Steelers.
It's just their defense.
I think they might do exactly what we said, where they might be able to hang around long enough for Joe Burrow to come back. Like Flacco is the perfect quarterback for them to win some of these games and keep them afloat, and they might even be able to sneak in there at the end. Who knows?
I completely agree, but you give up 31 points. I know it's the Steelers, but the Bengals always struggle on – not always, but they've been struggling on defense the last few years. But I like what you're saying, Doug, with Joe Flacco. He's a perfect fit offensively. But, yeah, cool. I like it, Doug. Heck, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very interesting – I mean, interestingly right now, in the theoretical playoffs, I think I actually agree with Douglas on this one.
Ooh, cool.
I think I might go with the 5 because they are – hear me out. They are number 9 on the list right now. They're only behind by Kansas City right now. That's number 8. And don't get me started. I think Kansas City
should get to play Kansas City anytime soon. So that would be a fun game if they Cincy.
Yeah, but
they do not play each other this season.
Oh, bummer, dude.
But that would have been awesome, you know. Battle for the final wild card spot if it happened late in the season. Ooh, yeah. Burrow versus Mahomes because Burrow's gonna be back soon, right?
Well, no, Burrow's only gonna be back in like December, so he's still got 2 months.
He'll be back for the final month. It's fine.
Yeah, but still, that's a long.
Flacco can give him some wins, though, man. I'm glad that the Lions didn't play him with Flacco.
Or Flacco versus Mahomes. That'd be sick. Let's go.
That would be fun, dude.
Don't even worry about Burrow. Flacco's leading this team to another.
Exactly. Flacco's going to be the answer, dude. He's the truth to
Bengals fans are
Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You know, And Chase Brown, you don't need to be superhuman.
We'll see. We'll see. I definitely do think it's going to be interesting indeed in this one. And now we got another one. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars absolutely getting curb stomped 35-7. That was an awful game. Honestly, it's this, I guess in their second hometown in London, they got absolutely massacred. I guess we decided that we were going to bring our worst to the pond right now. We thought this was going to be a good game.
That was like the best of the pond. Remember last week's London game? It was a 13-11 kicking fest. At least we gave them 6 touchdowns in this game, and 3 of them were to Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
I guess Jacksonville got murdered, like you said.
What a bad way to start my Sunday morning, playing against Devontae Adams. I told Jake, I'm like, dude, Jake, you're going to murder me. Devontae's going to be awesome. He's like, no, I don't even think he'll get any more targets, even though Puka's out. I'm like, dude, just stop. And he puts up like 30 points. This is unbelievable.
Dude, Kyron Williams hasn't scored in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, but don't worry. He put up 33 when he played against me. Whatever. Like, dude,
whatever.
I get destroyed week after week, gentlemen. I'm losing my mind over here in fantasy.
But anyway, in the theoretical playoffs right now, for the Jaguars, they would play against the Patriots. They are the 7th seed. Last week we gave them a 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick with.
There's a part of me I'm like thinking should we give them a 5?
I'll stick with the 6. It's a week 6. It's because they beat the Chiefs. Now the Chiefs are looking amazing. Like there's pieces there, but like their offense needs to get going. Like Trevor Lawrence is kind of like in that Kyler boat for me right now, where it's like, can he elevate this team? Like they're on the fringe, but like, what is he gonna do to compete with a Matthew Stafford, to compete with a Josh Allen? Like he has playmakers. They have Travis Hunter. They have Brian Thomas Jr., who hasn't stepped up yet. They have ETN. It's like, but why? It's just not clicking, man.
It's not. I mean, I feel like the Jaguars, in my opinion, has just been kind of mid. I honestly think the theoretical teams in the NFL, in my opinion, are the Chargers worse than the Jaguars? Yeah, I think honestly those are the 2 worst teams. And I would be honest with you, I feel like if this was the Chiefs right now, I don't think the Jaguars could beat the Chiefs at this moment right now. I know they beat them beforehand, but they're just not clicking right now. And I think this is like a 6, but I will be honest with you. I think if they have another stinker loss like this, I don't think they're going to make the postseason. Put them down to the 5. I mean, they're on the 6 because we technically put them in the theoretical playoffs. Technically, the Chargers are in, but I just don't feel like they deserve it, to be honest, at this point.
Real quick, I'm going to go from a 6 to a 5. I like what you guys said, but I mean, you guys are saying it, but weren't going to the 5. You guys said this roster, these teammates, they're not clicking, and that's what's going on. I know technically they're in the playoffs if the playoffs started today, but when you have a team that's not clicking, I'm not sure how they won 4 games already. So, yeah, they're playing like a team that's record-wise should just barely miss the playoffs. Well, actually, record, they should be in the playoffs, but with the rest of their division, they'll probably just miss the playoffs. Because, yeah, that's how they're playing. I'm surprised they didn't even go down to a 4.
Yeah. I mean, I can't put them down to 4 because, like I said, they are still in that 8 seed. And are they worse than the Bengals?
Just because they're in the playoffs right now.
But I'm just saying on that one. And now we got to talk about the Rammies, who just rammed it to a win. Curb stomping the Jaguars 35-7. It was not a good game. They just curb stomped them. Pretty much had control since this first quarter of this game. Now, interestingly enough, on the LA Rams right now, they are in the 7th seed. And they would play against the 49ers.
It'd be a fun game.
That would be an interesting game. I know that the 7th seed, but I'm like, I think last week, did we give?
Yeah, we all gave them a 7 last week.
I mean,
I think
they dominated, and they're in a 3-way tie for their division lead. It's not like they're technically a tiebreaker away from being like the 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah, that 7 seed is not true. I mean, it's true, but it's not really what's going on in real life.
Yeah. I think they could probably beat the 49ers. I honestly do think they can beat the 49ers, even if they did play them in LA. They're looking like they're clicking right now. I know Puka Nakua's out, but still, they're looking good. They looked dominant in this game, probably the most dominating in against a good team this week, to be honest with you. You can maybe argue the Chiefs versus the Raiders, but the Raiders are trash. So enough said.
Yeah, I mean, a 28-point win was the largest margin of victory this entire week. Looking through the scores real quick. Just because, Puka Nacua, he's out, but guess who scored 3 touchdowns in London? Mr. Devontae Adams. Heck of a game. It's clicking. Game of 7 last week. Like I said, being a 7 seed, it's not really the true colors of what's happening. I like what they're doing. The way they're playing. Oh, Stuart, what's that? Why'd you give them a 7?
Oh, I thought you were going to give them some. Sorry.
No, I mentioned the 7 seed. They're playing amazing. Give them the 8 right now because I think they're the top of the NFC currently, the way they're playing. But I'm also going to give the 8 to the Lions because the way Lions are dominating. But that's
we're getting Lions in LA here in the coming weeks as well. The Lions got a banger of a schedule. I mean, they're up there, man. Like, because this team too, they were up on the Eagles big and they choked that away. And they probably should have beaten the 49ers, but there was I think the 49ers hit a walk-off field goal. It was a great game. It's like this team is very close to being undefeated right now. So Chris has a very good point here. I think I like it. I think I like the 8 as well. Like I think below. Like I do think that honestly the Rams and the Lions are the 2 best teams in the NFC at this moment.
That is very interesting. I do feel like this Rams team is very good. It's very interesting that you guys are giving them the 8. I think
they have a really good defense too. I mean, like they have Matthew Stafford, who's won a Super Bowl. They have an elite skill core, and they have a really good defense. It's it's such a good formula to be an elite team.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting. And I think if I remember correctly, my memory serves, this might be the lowest ranked team that's in the 7th seed that we gave 8s. I don't think we ever gave any 8s anywhere lower than a 7 seed. That's very interesting.
I mean, they technically are in a 9-way tie for at 5 and 2 because there's them, 49ers, Seahawks, Lions, Buccaneers. It's all these teams are at 5 and 2, but this looks like the best or second best 5 and 2 team in the NFC.
Plus, if the Packers would have lost to the not tied the game against the Cowboys. That'd be another 5 and 2 team right there.
That would be interesting. Who would?
The Packers would be 4 and 2 because they had the bye week.
Eagles are 5 and 2.
Yeah, the Packers would be 4 and 2. So it'd be a 6-way tie for first place or the top seed in the NFC.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts how much parity is in the NFC this year.
And also, I give a lot more credit to the Rams because I feel like the Rams the last couple of years had always had this struggle the first 5, 6, 7 weeks. Last year, they kind of struggled. I think we gave them down to the 4 and 3, and then just bounced up all the way up to the end. And I feel like that was the same thing a couple years ago. This year, I feel like the Rams have at least been consistently good right now, if that makes sense. They had not had a struggle bus. Oh my goodness, this is they have a below 500 record right now. This is honestly the strong. This is the best Rams team since the Super Bowl Rams.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll find out indeed in this one.
Time shall tell.
Time shall tell in this one. And now we got the New Orleans Saints still being the opposite of what the Rams do and continue to lose games. Lost this game right over here. Drum roll, please.
Yeah, they lost 26-14 against the Bears. Bears are picking things up, man.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that the Saints lost this one.
I mean, Rattler, I think, got 3 interceptions on the day too. So it's it's pretty ugly day for the offense, unfortunately.
Yeah, I will say Christopher was the only one that gave him 1s. Me and Douglas gave him 2s.
Well, can't go much lower than that, so I'll keep them at a 1. They're the worst team in the NFC.
Are they 1 and 6?
They are 1 and 6 right now. They are the worst in that division. They are.
I think the Titans and I think the Jets are worse than
they are in the NFC. They are the worst record in the NFC right now.
Yeah, and then
I still am going to give them the 2. I'm going to stick with the 2. I think the Jets and the Titans are worse.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like at least the Saints. Okay, they still suck. Spencer Rattler's not doing great right now. Let's be honest. and they did win who did they win against? That was like one random game that they won.
Didn't they beat the Patriots?
I think
They beat the Giants 26-14.
Oh, they beat the Giants.
Yeah, we're at the same score as this game. They must
the
have
toilet bowl last week. Let's go.
But to be fair, I mean, I feel like my colossal ones, like they only lost 7 to the Cardinals, 5 to the 49ers. Okay, they did get their butts whooped by the Seahawks by like 33 points. And 12 to the Bills, and then they did beat them, but then they lost like 5 to the Patriots. Like at least they're getting close. It's not like they're getting, oh yeah, there's gonna be another loss. They're gonna play against the Rams. Okay, that is another L for the Saints. Now I will say, gentlemen, will the Saints be the first team where we're gonna do our eulogy?
No, I think
We should do some bets on who is gonna get that first eulogy.
I got the Jets. Like I had so much optimism from them going into the season, and seeing them just fall this unbelievably flat and not even have like an answer quarterback. I'm like, wow. They might do it, Stu. They might go 0-17.
Who?
Every week I see it, I'm like, there's a good chance this team is.
Do you remember when Stradamus here?
I'm not gonna lie. It would be a little bit. It'd be kind of funny. Like I'd laugh.
You remember when Stradamus is like, "Oh, how dare you hit the
I think you have to fire Aaron Glenn after 1 year if he goes 0-17. Like I don't see how you run it back a coach that goes 0-17 in the first year. Like
I feel bad for Aaron Glenn. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I feel so bad for Aaron Glenn for this season.
He's not in an enviable spot right now. You know, it's like like Sauce Gardner. Like they have no turnovers on the year. I think they maybe have one now, but like the offense -10 passing yards in London there, and like they finally pulled Justin Fields, but it's like man, oh man, it's a disaster.
It's a disaster.
We should move on from the Saints. I always give a whole Jet summary. Oops.
Yeah, well, I guess all about the Jets when we're talking about the Saints. I leave for like 2 seconds. And I'm like, what's going on?
Sorry. We'll talk about the Bears, which last week me and Douglas gave them 5s, and Christopher was the only one with the 4.
All right.
The Bears are in the 8th seed right now. They would not make the playoffs right now in the theoretical playoffs, but they did win this game. Granted, it was not a lot against. It was only 12 points against the Saints, but the Saints weirdly come close. So I'm going to start with you, Christopher, because you're the only one. Are you going to give them a 5, or are you going to give them a 5?
Well, Stu, so I have no other options than to give them a 5 if I want to give them a 6.
No.
Sure. Okay, so I'm not going to give them a 6. I'll give them a 5. But like I mentioned like 3 minutes ago, the Bears have definitely significantly improved, and they've improved their rush offense. I think Swift had over 124 yards rushing. Now, what they need to improve on is that passing offense. Because, Caleb Williams didn't do much of anything. I know DJ Moore led the team with 43 yards. The rushing offense is there. They need the passing offense. So I'm comfortable with a 5 for sure.
And I also will say this, Chris. Do you think Caleb Williams is a bust after all this year?
Are you when we cover the Browns? Are you going to ask me if we missed Baker Mayfield again? Because you asked me the same question.
I'm going to ask 2 things. Do you miss Joe Flacco yet, or do you miss Baker yet?
We should just get those out of the way really quick. Can we just answer those questions?
Okay. Is Caleb Williams a bust currently? I mean, he's on a team that's 4-2. He's somewhat still a bust because, like I said, their passing offense isn't that good. Do I miss Baker Mayfield? I miss him. Yes. Baker Mayfield was they're 5-2. That's good. I mean, the Browns would lose the Lions even if Baker was on our team. But yeah, Baker Mayfield's second in the NFC, I do believe, or something like that. So yeah, I miss Baker Mayfield. Are there any other questions I need to cover before?
Yes.
Time later down the road.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I just wanted to do the defamation right here when Christopher said that Caleb Williams is the bust. But anyway, we'll start with you.
I mean,
he's not a bust yet. Like he's not like he's putting up like Pro Bowl numbers or anything.
He's like in the mid. He's
pretty mid. Like for a number 1 overall pick, it's not like he's carrying the franchise. It's kind of like a nice defense. Like the defense played pretty good, 3 interceptions, like a good running game. Like, is it Caleb Williams?
Yeah, I mean, would you pay him $30 million a year? No. But would you say
I wouldn't? No.
But I will say this: you wouldn't be like, okay, bench Caleb right now. No.
He's your starting quarterback. You're not going to bench him when the team's 4-2.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, that's my Venn diagram of like quarterbacks. It's like, are you going to get benched right now? No. Or are you in like, we might pay you like 5-10 million.
Well, I mean, I'm at like a 5.75, but like I round down here though, so I'm gonna stay with the 5. I round down for the Bears. Okay. So
I mean,
I'll
this is
stay
your
with 5.
level right there. It is against the Bears, so
Yeah, I mean they lost to the Lions by 42, so how could I possibly give them a 6?
yeah. I feel like this team is looking at least decent. I'm at least been impressed with the Bears, but I just feel like they're like okay. They're like good, but I'm like, can they get to that hump? I'm like, are they better than the Seahawks? No. Are they better
So
than
they beat the Cowboys if they played them tomorrow?
Ooh. Dun dun dun.
I think the Cowboys could beat them.
I knew you'd say that. You biased.
How dare you say I'm biased against my boys?
I mean, low key, those two. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think they just have better weapons. I feel like now it's a much more different Cowboys right now than it was like 2 weeks ago. But I still think it would be a close game. I don't think this would be like a blowout like last time with the Bears. I think honestly it would be like a nail biter.
The Lions Cowboys might be fun here in a few weeks too. Still.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. In this one,
Let's go. It's in Detroit this year. Thank goodness.
Send Detroit. Yes, go.
You'd probably be 500 a ticket.
Yes. Hey, I would definitely go on that one. So, and speaking of disappointments and failures, the Miami Dolphins got absolutely embarrassed by the Cleveland Browns, 31-6. At one point, Tua got benched in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, he got benched when, he only had 23 passing attempts. He was under 50% passing.
Yes.
I think at this point, it's more of when do they fire Mike McDaniel. I don't think it's like if at this point. I think it's just like, do they do it in season? Do they wait? Like this team is just in such a disarray. It's unbelievable. Like I feel so bad for my buddy Zach Sealer down there. Like,
is this the
defensive captain? I was so excited for him this year, Stu, and they're just rough. Like, they played like one good game against Buffalo where they maybe should have won, and they beat. Who did they beat? They beat somebody.
Who did they beat? That's a good question.
They probably beat themselves. No, they beat the Jets. They beat the Jets, of course, 27-21.
They beat the Jets in a close game, and that's it.
Right.
That is unbelievable.
And last week we all gave the communal vote for the Dolphins was a 2.
I'm gonna go to a 1 for sure. Like I'm gonna probably go 3 1s this week because I can't do it. I can't do it.
Are you okay? Let's put it this way. I know that the Dolphins are bad, but hear me out, Douglas.
Yeah.
Are they worse than the Titans?
It's close, Stu. It's real close.
This is in the battle of the Tank Bowls. Like,
so the Titans beat a decent Arizona team. The Dolphins beat the worst team in the league potentially.
And also I will say the Titans did beat a Cardinals team, but that was more the Cardinals just blew that game up. It was not. I don't think that was more.
A win's a win, Stu. The Lions couldn't get any of them back in the day.
True on that one. But I will say, Douglas, is this the most dysfunctional NFL team this season? Like,
it sure feels like it. It sure feels like it.
Like, I know Tua did apologize last week. If you remember when we talked about our podcast about Tua complaining about players not showing up to player meetings, players getting late to player owning meetings, and it was like, and then it got bad. Then some of the players on Twitter called Tua out, basically saying, "Hey, you're not showing up to meetings."
Stu, you know the statement like there's no such thing as bad publicity? That doesn't apply in the NFL. Like this is really bad publicity, and it's honestly making everybody's opinion of the Dolphins just worse and worse. Like they need to do something to get this under control. Like for instance, this is a dramatic example, but at UCLA, they fired their coach midseason, and then all of a sudden it sparked something, and then they beat Penn State, and then now they've won 3 games in a row.
And then Penn State circle of firing coaches.
Yeah, like sometimes it truly is like I don't know if like that's truly the answer here, but it's like this team is just there's too much going on. Like you gotta get a fresh voice in there. You gotta kind of change the locker room. Like when you have your players calling everybody out, like it's a disaster.
And I just feel like Mike, and don't get me wrong, I think Tua is the problem also. I think Mike McDaniel's also the problem. I think the ownership is also the problem. It's like the circle of everybody is the problem. And I feel like Mike McDaniel kind of reminds me, and hear me out, is like a bad boss, but this is a good analogy. It's like the best friend boss. You know what I mean? Where like the boss was like trying to be your best friend, trying to hang out, trying to be super nice. But the problem with that is like, what does happen when the tough decisions happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you don't want a boss or a manager that's just like too nice, if that kind of makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, but I'm gonna still give them the 2 right now. I don't think they're as bad as the Titans, but they're still atrocious. I mean, maybe if Tennessee wins a game, I'll give them the 2, and then the Dolphins can go to the 1. But it's definitely my number 3. This might be the 3rd worst team in the NFL right now.
Easy for me. It's a 1. I mean, we talked about the Jaguars. They have all the big names: Lawrence, Brian Thomas, ETN. They're not connecting well, but the Dolphins are way below them. And they have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Achane, Tua. These guys are players that should be producing, and they're just But Mike McDaniel needs to get control of that locker room. Also, I went to the game on Sunday. He needs to stop wearing sunglasses. Like, what are you doing? It was pouring down rain in Cleveland, and he was like in like a hoodie, but he still had those drug dealer sunglasses on. I'm like, it reminds me of like the Jersey Shore when those when they would wear sunglasses into the club at night. Like, okay, like I don't know, but hey, teach their own, I guess. But you look like, I don't know. Dress better
too. You're in Miami no more, boy.
In September, I'm like, why are you wearing a hoodie in September? Can you explain that to me, sir?
Easy one. Dolphins are. I mean, I'm going to give three teams this week a 1. We already listed one of them, the Saints, Dolphins, and obviously he's going to go the Jets next. But we can hop to the Browns if we want to talk about that amazing performance by Mr. Quinshaw Jenkins, rookie out of Ohio State University.
I also heard on the Nightcap podcast with Shannon Sharp and Chet Ochocinco that they're considering putting Shador in the last 4 games. There are some rumors.
The last 4 games? I mean, the way we're playing, put him in the last 8 games. I don't care. I mean, we're not going to make the playoffs. So when I was at the game on Sunday, I know Dylan Gabriel, that was his first NFL win. So maybe that's why they wanted to keep him in the entire game, just to get the emotions in, make sure that he was feeling amazing for playing all 48 minutes. But I was like, man, we're blowing out the Dolphins. We're up 31-6. At the time, I think it was 24-6. And then Quishon scored his third of the game. I'm like, man, we should put Shador and give him some reps. But I completely understand if they wanted Dylan Gabriel to have the entire I can't think of the word right now, but the entire time of his first win.
Yes.
Oh, so we gave the Browns a 2 last week, probably?
Yeah, we gave the Cleveland Browns. You gave them a 1, and me and Douglas gave them 2s. So this is not a 1 team, right?
They're a 2. They played well. I mean, maybe Dylan Gabriel is our starting quarterback. Maybe he's like, okay, now I'm the leader. And obviously, we have one of the best defenses in the league. Man, they gave me 24 fantasy points. That was amazing. And then Quishon Jenkins. Our passing game might not be the best because our wide receivers are still young and still learning. But, man, we got that rookie sensation, Jenkins, man. 3 touchdowns. Heck of a game. And I'm not sure if the NFL takes note on this, but I think there are so many players in the NFL this week that scored more than 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams had 3. Jenkins with 3. A lot of other players that had 3 rushing or receiving touchdowns, which is amazing.
Yeah. Now, Douglas, you gave him a 2 last week. Do you feel?
I mean, I'm not big. I mean, I'm glad they won by a lot. When they look good. Like, man, I mean, it feels like there's just one middle finger to Shador Sanders, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Like, they won't name him the backup for no reason at all, and then they just really don't seem to like this kid. Like you said, they were up by a lot. Like, they won't give him reps. Like, I don't know, it just feels weird. Because I feel like he should at least get a shot. He's a rookie too, but I don't get it.
I don't know if maybe they're just like, oh, maybe he has character issues and we can't have him. You know what I mean?
He's a great guy. He helped out a bunch of kids, like a local high school a couple weeks ago. New shoes, new uniforms. He's a great guy.
I don't
know personally, but I bet you that's probably why he got so drafted low.
And I don't know if he's trying to prove a point. I don't know. It feels like the fans want Shador. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like most people want Sanders, but they're just sticking to their guns. So I kind of feel like it's one of those decisions that maybe this is what defines Stefanski's tenure. Like, does he stick with Gabriel too long, perhaps, and like kind of get stubborn on it, or does he give Shedeur an actual chance?
I think Stefanski needs Gabriel to excel. Otherwise, Stefanski should and will be out the door. Because can you imagine we drafted Gabriel first, and then can you imagine we just started, hey, Sanders, now get in there. Even though we got the guy we drafted before you, we're just going to bench him for you.
Yeah, it's a hard decision to put themselves.
Niners, let's be honest, and then Brock Purdy was like, the last person drafted, and they're like, after when Trey Lance.
Yeah, he's the one.
When Trey Lance was the starter, and then the Trey Lance just kind of pooped the bed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's not like Brock Purdy was drafted in the same class as the starting quarterback, and then he started starting after him.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
In the same season. But
yeah, didn't Trey Lance like break his ankle or something, and then Brock came in?
Okay, well, that's if Dylan Gabriel were to break his leg or have a certain injury, then yeah, Sanders would be our starter. But
yeah, then Sanders would take the job and get a max contract in 2 to 3 years.
But anyway, Douglas, what are you going to give the
Tom Brady path too, Chris? This seems like a legendary story to be made. I'm going to give him a 2.
Wow, you're not going to bump him. I feel like.
I mean, they still have an elite defense. Judkins amazing. Bum that I've missed him in fantasy, and I mean, yeah, the Browns have a nice formula. If they can just get a little bit consistent quarterback play, there's something there.
Could you imagine if they had Dak, CeeDee, and George Pickens on the Browns? Let's just imagine that. And
I would love that, sir. Why would you bring that? Like, what?
Could you imagine like how good our offense is, and then have the Browns defense? Like,
all the Detroit Lions, bro.
I think honestly that would be Super Bowl. Like, they could be super because
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Lions should be Super Bowl.
Super League of just doing that. But anyway, I feel like you guys are a little bit low on the Brownies.
No, we're truthful.
Hear me out. They're 2-4.
No.
There's a lot of 1 and 5 teams that are 2s.
Who's 2-4? The Browns are 2-5.
I'm sorry, 2 and 5. Sorry, 2 and 5.
You're the number 2 right there, Stu.
They're number 2. I'm gonna bump them up to the 3 because you know what? They at least beat up on bad teams, and that is the definition of a 3. Beat up on a bad team.
Dang, we might need to rerun our definitions there, Doug, and get our studying going.
And I think that this.
I feel good with a 2. No offense, Stu, but
I'm not going from a 1 to a 3. That'd be.
It was a nice game. I mean, if they can string together a few more wins, then like sure, they might even get up into a 4 territory with Myles Garrett. You never know.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Chris. I thought you were gonna put up the 3. I was like, okay, maybe. But
sir, I'm not biased. I'm realistic. I'm not like,
hey,
the Cowboys won by 22. They're a 10.
Yeah, I was gonna give him a 6 right there on that score.
Well, all right. Who's up next? The Raiders. Here we go.
Yes, yeah, the sad Raiders who just got freaking annihilated. I believe it was 33 to nothing. Yes, it was 31 to nothing.
Yeah.
And I know that Kenny Pickett got to do some plays, and it was like, oh no, they just killed Kenny by fumbling the ball right there. Another atrocious man. It's just like, okay, so they are 2 and 5. Last week we gave the disappointed Raiders all 2s. And we're going to start out with myself. This team's a 2. I don't think this is the colossal one, but man, this is not looking good. Is Geno Smith bad? Or was it just the culture in the Seahawks?
I mean, like, the thing is, Pete Carroll was like the original people pleaser. Like, he was kind of like the Mike McDaniel, but with more success. But like, he was a player's coach, and like, I don't know. It kind of felt like he lost his way at the end in Seattle. Like, and like Mike McDaniel's really built like a different culture that's kind of working out for them now. And like, maybe I feel like Pete Carroll is part of the problem. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, I feel like there's a certain point where like, like Bill Belichick, it's hard to watch him at UNC. Like, there's a certain.
Yeah, don't get me started on USC with the clown show and his girlfriend.
And that's the thing, though. But like, that's it's like at a certain point, the game maybe like I don't know. That's my personal opinion. Maybe it's casual. Okay.
Did you ever see that like CBS interview with Bill Belichick on the off chance?
The one where he wouldn't answer questions about his girlfriend.
Yeah, Chris, you should watch that. I should send you that clip. And literally was like, the reporter's like, so how did you guys meet? And then literally his like fiance was like, "We're not asking that question. Next question." Like in that type of like attitude.
Tinder. Come on.
Yes. Yes, they met in Tinder.
I don't want to answer it. Tinder. It's a Tinder success story, right in our viewing.
At least I will say,
You can keep up for the times with the times in dating, but not football anymore, unfortunately.
yeah. I will say this: at least Pete Carroll's not like being a clown show like Bill Belichick and UNC right now. And don't get me
started. Some bad footballers too, so they have that in common.
And at least, but hey, at least you can have Raiders games scout for the UNC games, unlike Patriots.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, we'll start with you, Christopher. Last week you gave them a 2. What do you
keep them at a 2? Yeah, they're not a 1. They're certainly not a 3. They got shut out. I know it's against the Chiefs, but yeah, easy 2.
Yeah, easy 2. Keep it moving. I don't have much more to say. That's great.
Yeah. I just got to say one thing. Oh my God, they hurt Kenny. I'm just saying, poor Kenny Pickett. He played an awful drive. You got to see that drive. It's just awful.
Did he get injured or what's going on?
No, he had like try to do a snap play and he dropped the ball when like the ball was like when it was like launched.
Oh, so they didn't really hurt Kenny.
Stu, I can start here on the Chiefs.
And then the Chiefs got the ball.
All right, what did we give the Chiefs last week?
I will say, okay, so last week, me and Christopher gave them 5s. Douglas was the only one at 6.
Ooh.
I mean, Stu, here's the thing. They're now quite literally at sportsbooks. They're the Super Bowl betting favorite again. So like we're back. The evil umpire is officially back. And I'm gonna give them a 7. I truly do unfortunately think that this team is very legit with Rashee Rice, man. They are gonna be incredibly hard to beat. This is bad for the NFL. This is terrible.
Yeah.
What terrible times we live in, Stu.
What terrible time. I will say, and I want an apology, Douglas, because you said in preseason that this team.
Stu, you're not getting it right now. I just said a lot of nice things. I can't wait. I said enough nice things for
Hey, Doug said they'd be 9-8, and right now they're 4-3. So 9-8. Doug's prediction.
I will say this. I want an apology from you, Douglas. I want an apology from Christopher because Christopher, even the preseason before we did our picks, you were like, "Oh, I agree with Doug. The Chiefs are not going to make the postseason."
They're still only 1 game above 500. They still have to play like in Buffalo. They still have to play some other tough games.
Sir, you keep going on the hypothetical. Sir, you keep going on this hypothetical playoff right now. Oh, the Jaguars are a 7. Oh, the Rams are a 7 seed. Okay, well, where are the Chiefs at? They're not even seeded. If we're going to go by your thinking,
yeah, technically they're not seeded, and that's why
they're not in there. So,
but I think if they like I'll keep it the 5 for right now. But hear me out. I think it's the best 5 team right now. I don't think they're going to be a 5 for much longer. I think the Chargers are going to probably lose. The Chiefs are going to be bounced up, and I'll probably bump them up to a 7 right now. And I think this team is looking legit.
Broncos country, let's ride, baby! Come on, Broncos, pull away.
I'm going from a 5 to a 6. Looking at these playoff teams, I do believe that like the way they played, their playoff team, will they win the next round? Drake May's looking good if they play the Patriots. Bo Nix, he looked amazing, and then obviously Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, Rashee Rice, like you said, Doug, another player that scored 2 or more touchdowns this week. So yeah, Rashee Rice is back, and possibly he could be the anecdote, and he might just boost them up. But you never know. The Chiefs might go on a 6-game winning streak here. So
man, hopefully they go on a 6-game losing streak, and then I can demand an apology from Steve.
I will say this, Douglas. Was it hate that's why you didn't pick them to make the postseason?
Was it hate?
Yes.
Yes, Stu. Yes, it was.
No, we're just tired of the Chiefs.
I'll say it was absolutely hate. It was hate from how you were so boastful after they beat the Bills again last year. It was hateful. It was absolutely.
You got so mad.
I laugh about Philadelphia every night. Stu.
Still laugh at
least the Eagles won
the argument about the Chiefs last year when we did our decision, when we did the choices, and we literally went on a screaming match.
I'm salty, Stu. I'm so salty.
But I will say this: I think compared to last season's Chiefs, I think this Chiefs has been a lot better. Because hear me out. Remember the complaint about last year? They're barely beating teams. They're barely beating the Raiders. They're barely beating the Broncos. They're barely beating the Chargers. Barely beating everybody. They decisively beat this team by 31 points.
It's the Raiders.
Yeah, but still, like, look this compare. Was the Raiders better last year? No, they were garbage. Are you telling me Aiden O'Connell was a good quarterback? No,
No, definitely not. No.
no, and they blew that game. So this is a much more better Chiefs team than I feel like last year, and that's saying something.
It's time will tell. I mean, you like to overreact. So they had a really good win. They've had 2 good wins in a row, but they still wouldn't even be in the playoffs if it started today. So
Yeah.
they passed the eye test right now. Though. That's something.
Yeah, they did pass the eye test indeed in this one. And now we got the Minnesota Vikings losing to the Eagles. Why? 28-22. This is so frustrating.
Jalen Hurts with the perfect passer rating, baby.
Now,
let's go.
do we need to talk about? So I will say for last week we gave the Vikings all 5s. Do we have to talk about the controversy of the catch when it was the Minnesota game against the Eagles, where there was a catch that they called a touchdown, but the ref said he bobbled it, and they said it was not a touchdown, and that cost them the game?
Was that during this game?
It was that during this game.
I didn't pay attention to this game. Ugh.
I thought it was a catch because I'm not biased whatsoever.
I was just saying, it's really hard. You're a hard source to take this from, Stu, because I have a feeling that it was a very clear bobble.
Yeah, right. A clear incomplete pass.
Whoa! Drops it. No, I picked it. No. Honestly, it was like a very 50-50, and then they were just like, no, we overturned it. They called, but I don't think they lost this. I'm going to be honest with you. They did not lose this game because of the bobble. To be straight up.
Sounds like you just said that though.
Well, there was a controversy that people said it. I do not think so because also, let's be honest, Carson Wentz did throw some interceptions. One of them was a pick 6.
See, Stu, I think that this is just a viewpoint that we fundamentally disagree on. Because, at the end of the day, they were in a position to win the game, and that one play would have decisively changed the outcome of the game in a different direction. So I feel like they did lose because of that one play. Granted, could they have theoretically made other plays? Maybe.
Yeah, but
they were in a position with how they played at that moment to still win.
They were in position, but the pick 6 did not help. I'm just saying.
Any play in a game could swing the odds one way or another, but at the end of the day, they were in position to win the game on that play.
But That's Good Sports once said, I guess Carson Wentz decided to throw it to one of his players, but he realized, oh wait, I'm not an Eagle anymore.
That was a good one. That was good.
Anyway, last week we all gave 5s. They came close. I'll bump them down to the 4. I think they're in the 12th spot. I don't think they're in the. I personally can't put them at the 5. They're at the bottom of. They're 3-3 right now. Are they better? I don't think they're better than the Falcons. I don't think they're better than the Cowboys. I don't think they're better than the Panthers or the Bears. So I got to bump them down to the 4 right now. I just feel like they're kind of like a mid team right now.
Well said, Stu. Well said.
Yeah. We gave them a 5 last week. They're a 500 team at 3-3. So I'm comfortable with a 4. I didn't realize that Jordan Addison didn't score a touchdown. I know he had 21, almost 22 fantasy points. He had 128 yards receiving. Wow. Honestly, it doesn't matter how I say it. Get J.J. McCarthy back.
Even J.J., I think they're one Sam Darnold away from being a good team.
Right. I mean, because Carson Wentz is not the answer. I know he's the backup, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know what JJ is either, though. JJ is probably not going to play this week either. And then all of a sudden, he's getting his first real NFL experience at week 9 of his second season. And it's there's just not enough game reps for him, man. And it's now you're expecting him to make a playoff push as basically a rookie. It helps when you have Justin Jefferson, but I don't know, man. It doesn't feel realistic. So I agree with the 4.
Yeah, I just feel like this team. It's just maybe this is not JJ's fault. I just feel like it's just bad cards. But also, I will say in my ranty rant, I remember in 2018-17 when people said Carson Wentz was a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. Dak's still on the team on the Cowboys. Carson Wentz a backup.
I mean, I feel like when they said
that was
that, I think
2018.
it's kind of.
So that was 6 years ago.
Yeah. I feel like when that was said, I feel like it's kind of true though, because Carson Wentz was like in the MVP conversations, and like Dak was all right, but like he wasn't this Dak that we have right now. It's like, of course you could say that. I could say like, oh my goodness, I can't like as someone with Ezekiel Elliott, and like he's like way past his prime. Like, what does it matter? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess I do. Yeah, I guess you're right on that point. But still, I feel like maybe career-wise, Dak has been better than Carson Wentz.
Oh, I mean, 100%. I mean, Dak's probably in the MVP convoy as he should be. Like he's balling out.
He's going out.
Why are we on the Cowboys players, guys? What the heck? always goes back to the Cowboys somehow.
This is the Casual Podcast. We got to talk about my boy.
The Casual Cowboys
No, we
podcast.
don't.
It's the Casual Talking About the Boys podcast. But anyway, so
we gave the Eagles a 6 communally. Saquon needs to start doing something because he's not.
Yeah,
doing
that is the one thing that's frustrating.
Don't bring that up as a sore subject.
You must have it on your fantasy team. Then appears.
Is Saquon not doing good? Why are they not using?
I mean, I don't know what they're doing with him, but like I read an article today that he's the biggest bust for sure in this season, and like I feel it. I feel it. 5 points. Like, while the offense is doing amazing, like I should have went with Christian McCaffrey. He's at least getting a ton of targets and opportunities. Like they're not even feeding Saquon.
So yeah, last year they're like, oh, maybe Jalen Hurts isn't the greatest quarterback because he has Saquon Barkley. Well, now I would hope Saquon Barkley is happy, or the Eagles organization is happy that they have Jalen Hurts, because it's looking completely the opposite. Jalen Hurts, like Doug said, perfect quarterback rating, 9-23, 293 yards passing, I do believe. 3 touchdowns, doesn't matter. We had a 6 at them last week. They're playing the way they're playing. Yeah, I'm comfortable with a 7 for sure.
Oh, so you think they could beat right now?
They play the Seahawks at home if we were to start the playoffs. Seahawks are looking great as well. We can talk about the Seahawks later for sure, because that was a heck of a Monday night game by them.
I think there's something to playoff like experience and winning too. So like I'm going to go with a 7. Like they're 5-2. They look great. I mean, they haven't pieced all together, and that's the scary part. You know, it's kind of like the Chiefs, where it's like you can feel the pieces are there. Like if they figure them out well, good luck. Like they're 5-2 without figuring it out fully, and that's kind of scary.
Okay, you might think that I got my Eagles bias, but hear me out. Okay, I'm trying to get Eagles bias. Go away, Eagles bias.
No matter what you say, I'm not going to buy that. It's gone.
I still feel like the Eagles are still looking good, but like that Giants loss is still kind of like.
We're talking about this is stock options, how they're currently doing. You could have had a slump 3 weeks ago in the stock market, but how's your company doing right now? And how are the Eagles doing right now?
They're looking okay, but I still
Eagles are going to play the Giants in a few weeks. It'll be a different outcome. But I'll talk, sir. Sorry,
probably the Giants.
Your bias.
I still feel like the Seahawks could be the Eagles right now. Now, don't get me wrong. If the Eagles start continuing to do wins, they beat the Lions, they beat some really good teams, and they really still be consistent. I know that's a sore subject. But then I'll be like, you know what? I'll give them the 7. I'm giving the 8. This feels like last year's Eagles. I feel like this is a little bit weaker Eagles than last year. Am I not wrong?
It's still too early to tell. I mean, they're 5-2. Last year's team went 14-3, but they went on a hot streak.
They didn't have clunker losses, if I remember correctly. They didn't have like a.
I mean, I feel like every week you feel like this, though, Stu. Every week you're like, oh, I don't know. They only beat the Jaguars by 7.
I mean,
no matter what they did, you would have I don't know.
The only thing that's worse than last year is Saquon Barkley. That's what we can probably say.
I think maybe this is the Saquon stink is coming. I will say, Jalen Hurts has played a lot better than he did against the Giants last week. I'll give him credit for that. He controlled this game. He was doing a lot better. This is the reason why he won the Super Bowl last year. It hurts my heart and my soul.
Hurts your heart. Gotcha.
I'm just saying. I'm speaking facts right here in myself. But I'll put them at the 6. But
good thing we use the median.
But if they do better and they do improve and they're doing better, then I'll bump them up to the 7. And maybe if they beat the Lions, hear me out, Douglas. I know it's at Philly.
Still, there might be an 8.
I'll put them at the 8.
Dude, the Lions schedule, man, they play in Philly still. I think they play in Washington. They play in Los Angeles. They have to play obviously in Green Bay and in Kansas City. Like what a schedule.
It's a tough schedule. That's a murder's row of schedules.
Yeah. Mm.
And speaking of murders, the opposite of getting murdered, the JETX Jets continue their tradition of sucking ass against the Carolina Panthers and going 4-3, 6-13.
Rival, Stu.
Justin Fields got benched in this game. Just a friendly reminder.
Justin Fields, of all starting quarterbacks of all time that have started at least 50 games, he has the worst winning percentage out of all those quarterbacks. The Jets, they've lost 2 in a row, yes. And out of both those games that they've lost, they've only given up 13 points. But
yep.
Shouldn't a team that only gives up 13 points, shouldn't they win? So yeah.
I mean, it's pretty
NFL history to lose 2 games in a row by only giving up 13 points.
Now.
Yeah, it's really tough to lose when you only give up 13 points.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad. But anyway, last week we all gave them ones. We're all going to give them ones.
We can go quick here. Let's all give them a 1 again. You know?
Yeah, make it easy, Stu.
We'll make it easy. I think the 2 questions. Question number 1.
Let's hoping there be none.
Yeah, they might go 0-17, Stu. I'll get 1 answer out of the way. They might.
Do you think they're going 0? Are they going 0-17, Chris? Are they going to hit the
way they're playing? I thought this was a game at home. I thought they were going to pull out the victory. I believe strongly that they could go 0-17. I wonder what the percentage of that is. It's probably like 85% if there was any percentage statistically like that. And then what's your next question? Is their coach going to get fired?
No, I don't think their coach is going to get fired.
I think if you go 0-17, I think you might.
But it's
what's your next question, though, Stu? I want to hear this.
Number 2, and I should probably ask this, is the Jets. When will we do our eulogy on the Jets?
Oh, man.
Thanksgiving.
They're
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I would have to imagine so.
We haven't had, I think we always had, I think the earliest we had our eulogies was like December or after Thanksgiving. But at this point, they're going to be 9-8, and then they lose another one, and then it's like, at this point.
At this point, we just start talking about the Panthers because the Jets are just terrible. What we're talking about.
Yeah, they are pretty atrocious indeed. And now we got to talk about the Carolina Panthers winning this game. They're now 4-3 right now. They are the 9th seed. Last week, we gave the Carolina Panthers all 4s. And I will go first. I'll bump them up to the 5.
Ooh, nice.
I think
I'll agree with you, Stu. I'll agree with you.
This thing is looking really. Granted, this is an atrocious Jets team, but here's my 2 reasons why. Number 1, they are the number 9 seed right now in the NFC. They are very close right there. Do I think the Panthers are going to go to a postseason? Let's be honest. No. No. That's a pipe dream. Bryce Young is not going, but he's been playing a lot better. I honestly feel like he has done a lot more better in improving as a quarterback right now compared to like the first 2 years when basically they just threw bodies in there and then they expected greatness and then it was like, oh, he's trash. It's kind of funny to think about it. So 2 years later, 2 years on, this is actually a good question, Douglas and Christopher. The Bears and the Panthers did that trade. Did the Panthers make a good trade on that one? Or did the Bears make a good trade? Or was it a Lions and Rams situation where both teams won? Because I wouldn't say that's a bust.
Sorry, sir, I'm not sure which trade you're talking about. There was a little bit too much of a history lesson right there.
So the Bears a couple years ago traded a lot of picks to get that number 1 overall pick. No, it was the Panthers that traded next year's picks to get Bryce Young. They wanted Bryce.
Yeah.
And the Bears and then basically they got a couple of number 1s in like 2023, 2024. But anyway, we'll start with you, Christopher.
All right, yeah. I mean, I already said I agree with you, Stuart. Give me a 5.
The 5 right there, indeed. What do you think, Douglas?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with the 5. Like they're right there on the cusp, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. I mean, they had a really nice game against the Falcons, so I'm comfortable with them kind of being in a football hellish.
All righty. Football hell indeed in this one. And now we got the next one. We got another disappointing team, another failure. We got the
Go for one.
Go for one for the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, that's easy.
We'll just give a little hand signal. Go for one.
Oh, we all gave them one last week, so yeah, we can't really.
Yeah, they fired the coach. I mean, they got the Patriots, but let's be honest, it's like
Mike Vrabel gets his revenge.
Mike Vrabel does get his revenge. It is the craziest thing. Brian Callahan was supposed to be, he got fired. He was like, all right, I'm going to play against my rival. And then he didn't play against his rival, unfortunately. Lost 31-13. Yeah, this team's atrocious. Might be I think the Titans might be the first. I honestly think the Titans might be the first team we were doing our eulogy instead of the Jets. I don't know. That's a good question. Who's going to get the eulogy first? The Titans?
I don't know about that, but I know the Patriots here. They certainly will not, man. They're playing some really good ball right now.
They are looking.
They're at first place in their division.
They are the second. They're the second in the AFC. Who would have thought that Mike Vrabel and the Patriots right now would be second?
4-0 on the road. I mean, only 1-2 at home, which is weird, but 4-0 on the road. Drake May's playing some ball. Stephon Diggs is playing better. Like, this is
and one of those road games was against the Bills.
Exactly. This is feeling like sustainable. Like, this isn't feeling fluky anymore. Like, this week, with all due respect, Chris, they probably have a win. They get to play the Browns.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a guarantee.
New England.
I mean, you're sitting there at 6-2 all of a sudden, and the pressure starts going Buffalo. Like, because then they get some winnable games coming up after that. Like, they get the Jets coming up here in a few weeks. They get the Giants at home. It's like they get some winnable games. They get the Jets twice. So it's a team that should be a playoff lock. I'm gonna go all the way up to a 7. Like, I feel like this team has something. They have something cooking.
Yeah, and I would be honest with you. They play against the Jaguars. I think they would crush the Jaguars. This team looking legit. This is honestly, Drake May is probably looking amazing as a quarterback right now. And it's like, honestly, it's the coaching, it's the organization, it's everything that's working so much. It still sucks that Gerard Mayo got fired because he was a patsy. I feel like he was a patsy, but
yeah, I mean,
it still feels an ickiness by him getting fired. But for this season right now, they're looking amazing. This, dare I say it? Is it feeling like the Brady's Patriots?
No.
Am I calling?
No way. No way.
I mean, they gotta have some kind of postseason success before you can even make anything close to that statement.
Right. Yeah. And I'm comfortable with the 7 as well. I mean, yeah, the defense, they got a fumble recovery. I know maybe it is a garbage time touchdown. But yeah, a little passing touchdown, a little rushing touchdown, so their offense is looking good. Drake May, he's not the Tom Brady like you mentioned to us too. But yeah, Patriots, they're climbing up there. Should be 6-2 after this upcoming week against the Browns.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes in this one. I mean, definitely the Patriots have been looking a lot better. I love Drake May. Rod Mayo's looking good. Stephon Diggs is looking amazing right now. Like, that's been pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to talk about besides the opposite amazing. Can I get started?
They played amazing for 3 quarters, Stu. Give them 3 quarters of credit. This
team, how in the mother of all is holy it was in the end of the 3rd quarter, 19-0. At one point, at 7 minutes and 17 seconds on ESPN's trackers for percentage wins, they had a 99.8%.
Oh, point. I thought you were going to say 99.9, Stu. That was better than I thought.
99.8.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the Broncos had a 0.2% chance of winning. It was incredible.
2%. And you lost. And those 2 field goal kicks. Don't get me started on those 2 field goal kicks that cost them. Hey, Brandon Aubrey would not miss those kicks as a Cowboys fan. I'm just saying. 28 yards.
You don't have a good team. Congrats, Cowboys! You got a kicker. Woo-hoo!
We got a kicker, baby. Indeed. But last week we gave the Giants all. Me and Douglas gave them 3s. Christopher gave them a 4.
Yeah.
This team deserves a 2. You know what? This is an embarrassing 2. Like, honestly, this is the most embarrassing. Like,
Stu, with all due respect, I disagree. I'm going to say it a 3.
Ooh.
It was a bad loss. It was a tough loss, but it's a game that they're still a young team with a rookie quarterback. Like, it was an immature loss. It's one that'll make them better in the future. And like Jackson Dart, man, he's a baller. Like, this team's got something cooking, man. I wouldn't be excited to go into New York if I'm a Cowboys fan, if I'm being honest.
Look at the atrocious defense. They gave up 19 against the Broncos.
Have you been watching the Cowboys all season? This Giants team put up 40 on you. Or 37, excuse me.
But it's a different I feel like we're much more.
It's a better version of the same team.
Sure, these stocks, I mentioned this before, the stocks for how they're currently doing. I know they just lost, but last week they beat the Eagles they doubled the score on the Eagles last week.
And like they should have won this game. They almost went into Denver and won. Like 99.8% of the time they would have. Like they played a good game. They just
you would not be happy you're a Lions fan. I'm just telling you, you're a Lions fan and they laid this egg. You would be.
As a biased Lions fan, of course, I'd want to drop them down. But as a realist of how they're actually playing the game, like they did not lose stock by playing like really good and honestly dominating a game against a really solid team. If they had a kicker, they would be sitting here and they easily could have a way better record than this.
They don't deserve nothing. They don't deserve.
Well, they deserve a 3 because I'm giving them a 3. Like I gave them a 4 last week. They're definitely the best 2-5 team in the league right now. Like Doug said, they're a young team. Can you imagine if Malik Neighbors never got injured? Ooh, and they have Cam Scatterboo. Oh, Jackson Dart, man.
That team's going to be scary next year, dude. Like this year's a learning year. Next year, like the Giants are winning the NFC East. Giants are winning that division next year. I'll put no money on it, but I think so.
No money.
No, I gotta say this team is atrocious.
I could maybe get 1,000 to 1 on that, though, Stu. I might put $100 on it and just see what happens.
Boo.
Giants 2026 NFC East champs. Called it here first.
Well, that actually be a good idea.
That's what I was gonna say. Just for that bet, I hope you lose your money.
Yeah.
Some friend you are, Stu.
Yes, Stu. How dare you?
It's against my boys.
No, I'm not betting. Well, I mean, I guess I am betting against the boys, but like that was a given.
Why you gotta be mean right here? But we got to talk about the opposite of disappointment. We got Broncos country. Let's ride, and they just won this game last week. Me and Douglas gave them 7s. Christopher gave them a 6. So they did come back. They did have a bad first 3 quarters, but they came back on that one. It is crazy. Like look, the touchdown amounts of times. I'm looking at it right now. Broncos took 3 minutes. Then the New York got 3 minutes and 54. Then it took them 5 minutes. Less than a minute. And then got a field goal at like less than 37 seconds. It is crazy to think like 17
it was the greatest fourth quarter in NFL history for one player, Stu, no doubt.
Yes, honestly, that's a great right over there. So we'll start with
several 2 rushing and 2 passing touchdowns, 33 points in 1 quarter. Unbelievable.
That's easy, Stu. You said I gave him a 6 last week, and I know you and Doug gave him a 7. Easy for me, bump him up to a 7. Bo Nix, 4 total touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. Bo Nix, baby.
Yeah, I like it. Give me a 7 as well. They're not quite an 8, but I mean they're in control of the AFC West right now, which is something. If they can maybe beat the Chiefs coming up here, then Denver, man, they might have something.
They might have something indeed in this one, but I'm definitely going to give them the 7. They're looking legit. They're looking good. They're having a good week right now. And they're looking like, I honestly think, so in the theoretical playoffs, they would be playing against the Chargers, and the Chargers have been atrocious. So,
yeah,
that's why we're giving them the 7. That second round might be tough in the AFC.
And 7 indeed in this game. And now, look at that.
Good segue.
Good. Let's talk about another atrocious loss. The Chargers lost to the Colts 24-38. Man, you know what? Their stock is going down. Should we say, Douglas, are they hitting recession right now for the Charger country right now?
Tell my number and you tell me. I was going to go all the way down to a 5. Like
last week, you gave them a 7. Christopher gave him a 7. I gave him a 6, and I feel proud I gave him a 6.
They're a 5 for sure. Like the way they're currently playing, like they are playing atrocious. Like they have lost any spark that they had early in the season. Like this went from one of the most promising seasons I've seen for like I was like the Chargers have this division so clearly after they beat the Chiefs to whatever they're doing right now is just such a different football team. It's crazy.
Like I will be honest with you, when they play against the Chiefs this season again, they're not going to beat the Chiefs. I think they're going to lose badly to the Chiefs.
Yeah, something needs to change quick because Justin Herbert just looks like off. Like he's throwing an interception every game this season. Like I don't know what it is. Like the receiving core has gone down. Like since Joe Alt, their left tackle, got hurt, and their running backs kind of all got hurt. That's like their whole identity as an offensive line and running game. Like that's what Jim Harbaugh does. So it's like you took away the man's best playmaker.
And like we'll put it this way: in the first half, they were 23-3. So it's like you got all these touchdowns by garbage time.
Yeah,
like
they're making a push for it, but yeah, it's kind of an ugly sight. I mean, granted, the Colts are legit, but this team's a 5 right now.
Okay, I know they're technically in the theoretical playoffs, but this team's not making the postseason. How they're playing right now, I'm bumping them down to the 5. I honestly don't. I know they would technically play against the Broncos, but this team's not going to beat the Broncos. This team's not going to make a post. Like, mark my words, they are not going to make a postseason. 100% right. I honestly.
100%. Wow, that's the stuff.
100%. They're not making the playoffs.
I this team right now is not making no postseason. Are you telling me that this team's better than the Chiefs right now? No,
not right now.
No. I don't. I think honestly,
likely won't continue on any positive trend. Yeah, this happens every year. Justin Herbert, he gets hyped up by fantasy owners, the NFL, and now he's struggling. This happens every single year. I gave him a 7 last week, 5. Because, yeah, like you guys said, I agree with all you guys completely. They're not going to – they're not – I think they're in 3rd place in their division right now, so, yeah.
Yeah, they are. I'm excited to talk about our next team here, though, boys, the Colts. Oh, my gosh. Like, number 1 offense in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
And definitely a top 5 defense, too.
I feel like every year I have Jonathan Taylor in fantasy, and every year he's been solid, but the year that I don't have him, he has been unbelievable. I mean, the dude has 3 rushing touchdowns a game.
Let's go.
Like, Daniel Jones, like number 1 scoring offense in the NFL, top 5 defense. Like this team, man, they're legit. Like I'm really liking it.
I will still say this: comeback of the year should be Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure still I'll agree with that, and I'll agree with giving this team an 8. Like I think that they're the truth, man. Like they're legit. I think.
Yeah. I honestly think this is probably the biggest surprise of the year. Like, who would have thought? Like, the preseason when we did with Urinating Treat, like, we were just mocking the Colts, talking about, Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, like, this team's going to be a mid, like, this one.
I remember last year when the Colts were coming to play the Lions, like, the Pat McAfee show, like, it's like, why are we even playing this game? Like, it's going to be embarrassing, and it was. Like, this year, the Lions-Colts would be, like, the game of the year, potentially. Like, it'd be such a fun game right now. Like,
I honestly feel like this is the second best team in the NFC. I'm giving them an 8. I think this team looks legit.
They're like the second best. Who's the best?
Are they the best team in the NFL right now? That's a good question.
I mean, that's like because my thought is the Bills, but then the Bills have lost their last 2.
Chiefs still have a little bit of loss. Lions still have a loss.
I would say the Colts.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's the Colts right now, but I don't think
that's a good segue into my answer, my stock, which is a 9. I know
you think they're
an 8, but they're playing top 2 right now. It's crazy to say that about the Indianapolis Colts, but yeah, their defense, top producing offense. I'm surprised Daniel Jones only has 10 passing touchdowns. That makes him 15th in the league. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor's having a heck of a year. So yeah, Colts at a 9 for sure.
Wow, that was honestly the surprise of the year.
Man, I mean, they're not just winning; they're dominating. That's the difference.
But I'm not hating on that 9, Chris. I'm not like, man, that was like a terrible 9. Like this Colts team. I honestly think this is the 3rd best team, 2nd best team in the NFL right now. It's probably the Colts. I'd be scared to play against the Colts.
Yeah.
Like you're a Lions fan, you'd be scared playing against this Colts team right now.
I think so, Stu. I think so.
Oh, the Lions are looking pretty hot. But, hey, we can move on based on that.
Yeah, speaking of teams that are not hot, the Cardinals, they fought a good game. Did they get any participation trophies because they once were the lead against the Packers at one point?
I mean, yeah, it's a game. Honestly, they should have won. It was kind of a disappointing one as a Lions fan because I felt like they were competitive, but then they just kind of fell flat at the end. Like kind of a common theme for this team, like because this team could have a lot more wins. Like they played the Colts really good a week before, but they couldn't get it done. We all know about the choke against the Titans, the Seahawks, and I think 49ers both hit walk-off field goals against them. So it's like this has been a team with some tough L's, and this one, I mean, they had it, man. Like they were up. The Packers put up a 14-3 fourth quarter to make the comeback.
But they still couldn't do it.
Let's do the first article on ESPN is the Packers wouldn't have won without Micah Parsons. So there you go. Do you miss him?
You miss him.
every day. I'm just saying you're going to probably do that. But anyway, last week we gave the Arizona disappointing Cardinals. I gave them a 2, and Christopher and Douglas gave them 3s.
Nice. That's easy to go down for sure. I'm gonna give them a 2. Like I said, what the best 2-5 team was the I don't know, but I gave them a 3, and certainly another 2-5 team is not getting the 3. Give them a 2 for sure. The Giants.
I've lost the ability to have any faith in this team. Unfortunately, I'll just go with the crowd and go with the 2. They play teams tough, but like they can't win games. Like who cares? Like finish some games here, gentlemen.
Yeah, this has been like a disappointment. Like honestly, how long until Kyler Murray's going to get benched?
I mean, he's not even playing. He didn't play this game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I believe
he's benched because he got hurt, but like he's on the bench.
But let's be honest. Is Kyler going to get benched in this end of this?
I mean, probably not. He'll probably come back. They'll win a game or two. They'll say he's the answer. They'll run him back next year, miss the playoffs again, repeat for the next 3 to 5 years until they get a new franchise quarterback.
There's a lot of NFL teams actually with that.
It's the Cowboys mantra.
Cardinals are good because Kyler will figure out a way, and they
him and Marvin Harrison will go on a mini streak at the end of the season after I'm far eliminated from the playoffs, and everybody like, "Wow, they figured it out."
Woo! I mean, was it worth it to pay Kyler that much money? I'm just saying. Was it worth it? Was it worth it, gentlemen? No, it was not. It's not.
Probably not, Stu. Can we talk about the number 1 seed in the NFC?
Yeah, we're gonna start with you, Douglas, because the Packers, who are the number 1 seed right now, they would make theoretical playoffs right now.
It's crazy how the feeling is like so low around this team. Like I guess I don't really get why, but like they don't look dominant in any way. Like they look great the first 2 weeks. We can all admit that. Yes. But then like they just look really sluggish lately, and like I don't know though. I mean they kept pace with the Cowboys, which was kind of cool. I mean the loss to the Browns was a little bit interesting. Like I don't know. Like I'm gonna go with a 7. I don't know what this team is just yet. Like they could be very dominant. Like they could be a force in the playoffs, but they could just kind of whimper out down the stretch too. Like I could see it going either way for them right now.
It just feels like this team is just like so. This is like the most frustrating one that's made the 1 seed. Like, couldn't we all agree? It's like, man, this team should be a lot better than that. They're
still the 1
a lot
seed.
Better or a lot worse? Because you brought up the 1 seed. You mean worse than a 1?
No, I don't think there's a 1 team. But I will be honest.
They're worse than being a 1 seed. Gotcha.
I know they got the bye week right now. They're the only team that's in the bye week right now because they're 4-4. They're 4-1-1. But I don't think they can. Could they beat a game against the 49ers? No. Can they beat a game against
the 49ers?
No. Tampa Bay Buccaneers? No.
Yes.
I think the Lions are better.
I mean, I think the Lions are better as a biased Lions fan, but I do think the Packers are probably I don't know. Like those would all be good games. Like I think they would beat the 49ers personally.
But let's put it theoretical. Are they better than the Seahawks?
It's close. Like that's a heck of a game. Like
that'd be awesome to watch. Seahawks versus Packers.
Or I always say the Rams. Are they better than the Rams?
No. We gave the Rams an 8. Their Rams are excelling right now.
Yeah.
Rams are a team I don't want to see in the playoffs.
Like, I feel like this is like Eagles 2 years ago, where they were like barely beating these teams and barely doing okay and just barely, and it's not been like impressive. And they're going to have like 3 or 4 losses in a row, and then it's like a bad game, and then it's just like you bounce down in the postseason by like one, like an embarrassing like loss. I could see that for the Packers right now. So.
Yeah, and like Packers, they're not playing like a 7, but we gave them a 7 last week, and by rule, we can't really go down. So yeah, give them a 7. I would love to put them at a 6 because there's something about them. They're not doing what there's a feeling there that they're not a 7. They're not going to win the first round. I know technically they're a 1. They're the first seed right now. But that doesn't mean anything 7 weeks into the season. So yeah, 7 for sure.
I just don't feel like this team is going to make. I mean, I do think they make the postseason, but I just don't feel like they're going to do. They're not going to make a deep run. I think they're going to be one and done.
Well, hey, they'll show their true colors next week when they play Sunday night in Pittsburgh. So,
yeah, I mean that would be interesting. It's the Aaron Rodgers revenge game on that one.
We'll see. It could be the Jordan Love told you game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But we got the Commanders getting their butts whooped. Massacre. There was a massacre of Cowboys taking down the Commanders 44-22.
No.
Was this a great game, Christopher, or was this a great game?
Didn't watch it, so all I can go off the stats and who scored touchdowns.
Well, here's the other piece, too, because, I mean, granted, the Cowboys look good. I'm not taking anything away. But the Commanders were without their top 3 wide receivers, and Jaden Daniels went down hurt. So let's put a little bit of context, because Marcus Mariota threw a pick 6, like, on his first play.
Oh, beautiful. And
literally, he was still cold. So while the Cowboys played great, let's also point out the fact that the Commanders did not have their top 3 wide receivers and their quarterback for most of the game. So they didn't really have all the tools. Like, it was a good game by the Cowboys, but it's also not one of those games where it's like, wow, the Cowboys are back. It was you beat up on a team without like any of their weapons.
Yeah, and I should say last week, me and Christopher gave him 5s. Douglas gave him a 6.
Ooh.
So we're gonna start with you, Christopher. What do you think? What do you think about these Commanders?
I mean, they're 3-4. Based on what we're doing, how they're currently playing, when you have a bunch of injuries, like Doug mentioned, we gave them 5. I would zoom them down to a 4. Yeah, comfortably with that.
Yeah, I mean, those 4 losses, I'm going to go with a 4 as well. I mean, this is a team where it's like we had really high expectations, but it's not clicking yet. And it feels like they're slowly starting to run out of time because the schedule doesn't lighten up too much for them.
No, I mean, the good news is I think Jaden Daniels might be okay for next week.
Yeah, I don't think he had a significant injury, but
yeah, so it's not a significant injury. He was out of this game. Marcus Mariota. I will always say this. This game pretty much proves, like, oh yeah, Marcus Mariota is still in the NFL, and then 2, oh yeah, this is why Marcus Mariota has been a backup. This is why this man has not been a starter.
Well, I think that would be about the best job in sports. I want to be a professional backup quarterback.
I'm just going to sit there and get paid millions of dollars and just sit there and do nothing.
I'll certainly watch film with the boys. I'll give them my input, take home my $6 to $7 million a year, and just kind of vibe.
Yeah, I'm just
maybe playing a game or 2 and then say like, "Oh, dude, I juked out Aaron Donald," and just kind of laugh about it and then go back.
Yeah, I did that anyway.
Or got smushed by it could go pretty bad.
I'm going to bump them down to the 3 because I just felt like this is a really bad loss against the Cowboys. This is your rival. This is your division rival. They did not look good. They looked atrocious. Now, granted, Jaden Daniels was out. 3 of their players are out. They could come back and do it. But even when Jaden Daniels has been back, I've been not really impressed with this one. And I feel like I'm such a hypocrite because earlier I said, oh, Jaden Daniels is not hitting the sophomore slump. He's in the sophomore slump right now. He's slumping. Like, it stinks to think we literally in the preseason gave him 7s, and now they're like down to the 4, the 3. Like right now, after 7 weeks, it's not been impressive. I don't think the Commanders are making the postseason.
At the current moment, they would not. Who do they? Oh, the Cowboys, dude. What, Stu? Let's do it. Let's get this.
Yeah, gotta talk about how great my boys were. It was the greatest game ever. Did my Cowboys? They looked amazing, or did they look amazing? CeeDee Lamb was right there. We got George Pickens right over there. They were just catching touchdowns after touchdowns. The defense did something. They got a pick 6 on the defense because Marcus Mariota is an atrocious quarterback. Oh my God, this is probably one of the greatest games ever as a Cowboys. Might be top 10 greatest Cowboys to the 2020s. This greatest game.
Of the top 2020s. What classification?
All right. Last 5 years, top 20 game.
I gave the
I'd be in the 50th percentile of my favorite Cowboys.
Yeah, right.
last week. I gave them all threes.
Play on Sunday.
Yeah, hear me out. Okay, I'm giving them 10. No.
Yeah, we gave the Cowboys a 3 last week. So what
Last
do you
week.
think, Stu?
They are looking a lot better.
They're second in their division.
They are second in the division. They are looking a lot better. I think they are looking a lot better. I think
they're looking a lot
now having CeeDee Lamb is, that really helps us out. We got 2 weapons wide receivers. We got George Pickens and we got CeeDee Lamb right now. Now you got 2 guards are going to happen. Not like one guard like when we were last season where it was just all CeeDee Lamb, or it was just all George Pickens when CeeDee Lamb was hurt. Now CeeDee Lamb's back. It's looking good. We're clicking. Maybe I could see a postseason for the Cowboys.
Well, sure, based on the hypothetical playoffs, they're not in it. So
I know they're not in it, but I think they're 10th. But I think they could be fighting for that spot. And honestly, I am bumping them up to the 4 right now. I think they're looking good. How can you not say it was this team?
That's a very fair number, Stu. That is a surprisingly fair number.
Yeah, I think honestly they could bounce up. We got to play against the Broncos next week. I think we could.
It's gotta be a tough game still.
I think it's a tough game, but I think we can beat the Broncos. I think, and I honestly am thinking about this. I think we can beat the Eagles.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying.
Maybe.
I'm comfortable with
maybe
going from a 3 to a 4.
You never know. I mean, we only played the game once this year in which you lost, but you're right.
Anyway,
I say the same thing about the Packers too. It's okay. We're in this together.
We're in this together.
I like a 4. Give me a 4. Knock it out.
Yes, I mean they're looking amazing right now, Douglas.
Amazing is a strong word, Stu. Team without the quarterback and the top 3 receivers. They played a really nice game, Stu. It was good.
Maybe even post.
Next. Ooh, next.
You're get away. It's shame. Don't talk about my boy. Talk about the Cowboys anymore. And speaking of shame, the Falcons lost a game against the 49ers, 10-20. I felt like it is crazy that an injured ass 49ers team has still won this game.
Yeah, man. I don't know who this says more about. This Falcons team, if they could figure out how to be consistent, they have a lot of potential. Bijan's absolutely unbelievable. Drake London is spectacular. Kyle Pitts is playing pretty good. There's a lot of really nice pieces here, man. This team, I don't know what to think of them. They're like the Cowboys almost, where it's we're good, no we're not. Oh, we're good, no we're not. Who are you?
How dare you?
The same team from week to week.
How dare you? We won this game this week. We would have beaten the 49ers this week.
Last week we gave the Falcons a 5.
Yes, we all gave them 5s.
I'm giving them a 4. They lost the game. I know Bijan had a 10-yard touchdown, but I wish he had one. What was it, 2 weeks ago on Monday night, where it was an 81-yard touchdown. They need to get, obviously they can't rely on Bijan every week. Well, maybe you could. I mean, the Colts rely on Jonathan Taylor. We don't rely on him, but he produces every week. Bijan, 1 touchdown, but they need. There was something not there on Monday. I know it's an away game. CMC scored 2 touchdowns for the 49ers. Sam Cole from a 5.
They're also shut out against the Panthers a few weeks ago. That hasn't left my mind. The 30-0 games. I'm going to go with the 4 as well. I just don't see them being consistent enough to truly make a playoff push.
Yeah, I just feel that this team has just kind of been Michael Thomas has been okay. They were sort of competitive, but I just feel like it's like a flat balloon. I feel on this team. It just doesn't feel like this team is going to bump up to right there. I mean, and technically they would not make the postseason. They're not in the theoretical playoffs, but I'll be honest with you. I don't think the Falcons are better than the Cowboys. I don't think they're better. They lost to the Panthers badly, and they're certainly not going to beat the Bears.
Wait, didn't you guys lose to the Panthers and the Bears? What kind of point is that?
Even though it's true.
They also lost to the same teams we lost to, so we're better.
I'm just saying, we're better. All right, who would win in the Falcons-Cowboys theoretical game?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I like Bijan, Stu, and that defense.
I like CD. And I
I
like
bet you do, you biased mofo.
I'll give it a 4. I don't think it's like a 5. I don't think I'd bump them down to the 3 because they at least were competitive. So
I think it'd be a good game, Stu. I think whoever had the home field advantage would be the likely winner.
we would win in Atlanta, I'm just saying.
All right, now.
Anyway, back to the sorry. We got to get some technical difficulties. Sorry. All right, now we're going to talk about the San Francisco 49ers winning this game 20-10 right now with what? Mac Jones. What? Mac Jones winning this game right now.
I mean, dude,
I don't know if he won the game. It was more of a CMC effort, over 200 total yards, 2 touchdowns. We gave the 49ers a 6 last week. And somehow the 49ers always find out a way to win. They're 5-2.
They are 5-2.
Whoever they're playing in the playoffs, whether we're talking about hypothetical or not, I think that they will win the first round. I mean, Brock Purdy, he's out. Ricky Pearsall, he's still out. George Kittle still out, or was he in there?
Yeah, George Kittle's still.
Oh,
yeah.
but he wasn't even targeted. He had 2 targets. So George Kittle, I think he was injured a few weeks ago. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong guy, but maybe he's still trying to warm back up. But yeah, like I said, the 49ers always find out a way to win. So yeah, they won the game. Yeah, so from a 6 to a 7.
Oh, but do you think they could beat the Rams?
They did once.
No, I mean I already said the Rams are an 8, so no, they wouldn't beat the Rams now.
But wouldn't you give them a 6 in the theoretical playoffs?
Well, I'm not really concerned with the theoretical playoffs right now. I mean, we've been bumping teams that are in the playoffs down to a 5, and technically a 5 is not making the playoffs. So I know theoretically it's the Rams versus the 49ers, but when we talked about the Rams, we also said that the Rams aren't a true 7th seed. So yeah, it won't be the Rams and the 49ers in the first round, more than likely.
Also, Doug
I'm gonna
5 last week.
I'm gonna go with a 6. I mean, honestly, if they keep this up, like I think Kyle Shanahan should get consideration for Coach of the Year because it's like every week it's like losing a huge name guy and then just like keep going, keep doing it, and piecing it together, man. And it's like it's impressive. Like I don't know if it's sustainable, but if it is and he can figure it out, Coach of the Year candidate.
I mean, I was watching these new Sora AIs, and then they were like, and now bringing on the 49ers with like people in wheelchairs and broken legs with crutches. This is the whole 49ers team. Thank you, AI. But yeah, I give them the 6 for right now. I feel like I'll give them credit for Kyle Shanahan, and I do agree with you, Douglas, that they're looking good. But I feel like this is giving me, hear me out, Lions last year upside or downside, I should say, where they're winning, but they're injured to all hell. Mm-hmm. And are they just going to make a postseason and then just get clobbered?
I mean, it's possible. This seems hard to read still. I mean, we'll see what kind of consistency we get too, because I don't think the Falcons are that good either. But I thought that Atlanta should have a good chance to compete against the team this hurt. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, I do think they could make the postseason. Don't get me wrong. I think they could probably make a wild card spot. I don't think they're going to win the division. I don't think they're going to be that 2 seed. I think they're probably going to be like 5 or 6, right up 5, 6 or 7. But I just feel like they're going to be one and done. I just feel one and done on this team, indeed. And now we got another team right here. We got the Buccaneers. Oh, Baker Mayfield did not look good in this game. Last week we all gave him 8s. Got obliterated by not even a close game. I think they lost by like 17 points. Correct, Douglas?
I think 15.
15. It was 9-24 right now. I will go first. The Buccaneers last week, we all gave them 8s. They would be playing against the Lions. I think I might bump them down to the 6 because I think they would have to play against Detroit. And I think even in Detroit, I mean, not in Detroit. They would play against them in Tampa, and I still think they can probably lose to the Lions. So I might have to bump them down to the 6 for right now. I still think there could be a shot that they could bump up. This might be an ugly loss that they might come back and like, hey, we can do better. We can try to get there. I still think this is the division lead. They're miles ahead of everybody else in that NFC South because that NFC South.
I mean, not miles ahead. They're one game ahead of the Panthers. Let's not forget about Bryce Young and the Panthers, boys.
I'm just saying, but still, Baker Mayfield knows how to ball. He has made a postseason.
He does, but they've been Baker Mayfield dependent this year, and that's part of the problem. Is like he's won them. Like they've had so many close comeback wins where it's like, like has it been like true eliteness or like there's been some luck involved too? Because like the two good teams that they've played, in my opinion, the Eagles and the Lions, they kind of got the break speed off of them. So it's like there's some red flags here.
Also, you got to talk about the horrible injury that Mike Evans had in that game. It was just like I think he was knocked out.
Yeah, he broke his collarbone, and then it looked like a concussion too. Because he was laying there for a little bit on the ground.
Yeah, that is not good. That's not good. I was a little bit afraid. So I'm assuming Mike Evans is out for the year, right?
They said he can come back at the end of the season potentially, but I don't think having a broken collarbone.
Well, I broke my collarbone. It's about a 4-week. It took about 4 weeks for mine to heal, but then I couldn't really do contact stuff for another few weeks.
So it's probably like, if I had to guess, it's probably like 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, probably somewhere like six weeks with like the health and healing you'll get. But that's just from my personal experience. What do I know? I'm not a physician.
I mean, I only so I don't know. And that took me about to get back 2 months. And that was with like a surgery, and I had to have like a bone surgery on that one. So
wait, sure. What happened to you?
Oh, I broke my thumb one time in junior.
Oh, we're talking about collarbones, Stu. I thought you broke your collarbone as well.
No, I did not. I only broke a thumb, and that was not fun because that was my senior year in high school, and I basically could not play tennis for my senior year.
So we gave the Buccaneers an 8 last week. The Lions defense just looked amazing. But yeah, like Doug said, if Baker Mayfield, he led him to 3 game-winning drives this year already. So maybe if Baker's not there, maybe Baker needs to be on point. He was not on point yesterday because the Lions were rattling him left and right. Man, do I give him to a 6 or a 7? I'd probably say I'd stoop him down to a 6 actually, just because like Baker showed his colors. I know, but the Buccaneers, they're still a top contender. But
I mean, I'm a true believer in this team still. Like they've looked pretty good. I mean, I'm gonna stay with the 7. Like I still think that I think they're right there in that next echelon. Like I feel like, in my opinion, it's Lions, Rams, then kind of like there's a convoluted teams.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. And now we got to talk about your team, Douglas, the Lions, because last week you gave the Detroit Lions. All of us gave them 7s.
Yeah, I mean, we said if they won, the Bucs would become the 7, Lions would become the 8, so they're going to become the 8. I mean, it's one of those things where it was a really nice win. Really impressed with the defense. Our kicker missed a field goal, which is not like him, which kind of was a bummer. It felt like we let the Buccaneers hang in there a little bit too long, which was a touch frustrating because I feel like we had plenty of chances to pull away a little bit, and we just missed field goal, missed opportunity, bad play here, and it's like, granted, they won by 15 points. Like, it's really hard to nitpick, but it's also like I felt like our offense wasn't quite hitting a gear last night for some reason. And like, I'm not saying they played bad, but it's like they had a lot of big plays, and then they kind of didn't do a lot for a while either. Like they had a long touchdown run, but then there was a lot of like, it didn't feel like the offense was in full gear last night.
I feel like the Lions have been I can understand.
They put up 17 against the Chiefs, and like it's like we're not quite producing like we were in weeks like 2, 3, 4 there for sure.
Yeah, but I will say, to be fair, I feel like the Lions have still been consistently good. I still feel like this team has been doing really good. I
was real nervous for this game going in because like Baker has been at an MVP level as well. So like I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling some anxiety with this one because I thought it'd become a shootout, and I was like, man, Baker knows how to win those shootouts.
But I will say, give credit. The Lions are looking really good. Granted, you can maybe argue it's sort of an ugly win, but you did win by 15. So I know there's a little bit of nitpicking, but I feel like this Detroit team looking good. I think honestly it's looking legit. And I've been contemplating either like 7 or 8. I'm like, okay, do I give them a 7 or do I give this team an 8? Do I give this team a 7? And you convinced me, Douglas. I think this team's definitely coming back, bumping back up to the 8 right now. They're looking legit. I think they could probably make the NFC Championship again. I think it's barring if they don't have the injuries of last year, barring that, I think this team can make the NFC Championship.
They got a chance, dude. They got a chance. They got a tough schedule too.
This is murder's row. Let's be honest. This is not an easy, gimmies to the NFC Championship. It wasn't like,
Well, I mean, because I want to just look at their schedule right quick, because next week they play the Vikings, or they have a bye week. Then Vikings at Commanders at Eagles, Giants, which is looking harder. Then they play the Packers, the Cowboys, the Rams, the Steelers.
Oh, the Rams, baby.
Yeah, we play Rams, Cowboys, Steelers. That's a rough 3 weeks too. That's gonna be. We're gonna find out a lot about this team still.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I like their passing game too. It just wasn't their running game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he had a great game. 80, 90 yards, something like that. And then a touchdown. So I think it's a complete package. Their defense looked amazing, like I said. So I'm comfortable with an 8 as well. Lions and Rams for sure. Top 2 teams in the NFC.
Yes, indeed, in this one. And now we got our final 10 o'clock game, which always annoys me. Why do we have to have 10 o'clock games?
I think this was the first 10 o'clock game this season. We've had 2 Monday night games, but usually they're staggered. One starts at 7:30, the other starts at 8:30. This is the first time one started at 7:30, the other one started at 10. It was weird.
Yeah, I only watched the first half of this game, and it's so frustrating. I mean, granted, they had the Seahawks pretty much were controlling this game at this point, and then I mean, the Texans, they try to fight back, but they still lost. So last week we gave
the Texans a 4.
We gave them 4. So, but the Texans are still kind of and they're in the 10 spot. They're 2-4, but I'm bumping them down to the 3. I'm not impressed with this Texans team. I'm just
I like it, Stu. CJ Stroud has hit a something slump. I don't know what's going on.
This is
sophomore slump. Their team's not looking good. One of their touchdowns to make them from 12 to 19 points last night was a defensive return. Will Anderson, defensive lineman. So CJ Stroud, he's not looking good. I might give him to a 2. But yeah, we'll sell for a 3. Let's not go 2 overboard.
Yeah, I'm a 3 as well.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Triple 3s for the Texans. It's just honestly, I feel like besides who's more of a disappointment of this season, the Ravens or the Texans? Who has the biggest disappointment?
Probably the Ravens. They're 1-5. Texans are 2-4.
I mean, the Texans beat the Ravens badly head to head. The Ravens had genuine Super Bowl ambitions this year.
Yeah.
You can't really say that who's more of a what word adjective did you
disappointment.
Yeah, because the Ravens they're suffering through injuries, whereas the Texans, I mean, I know they're without Tank Dell, but yeah, CJ Stroud, who should be amazing, but it's not about amazing. But
yeah, I think I might put it up to the Texans as more disappointment, just because the Ravens got the injuries, and maybe you could argue they could do better. Texans, they don't got the injuries, and CJ Stroud should be playing a lot better. I hate to say it, he should be playing a lot better right now. And this has been a disappointment in this one. And now we got a final game right over here. The Seattle Seahawks won this game right over here, 27-19. They did. Was a little bit scared towards the end, but they won. A win's a win. They are technically 6, and they would be playing against the Eagles.
That'd be a fun game.
Last week we gave the Seattle Seahawks. I gave them 7s, and then it was 6-6 for you, Douglas and Christopher.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go to a 7 personally. I like this team. I like a lot about this squad. I wouldn't want to see them in the playoffs.
Yes, I mean, I'll bump them up to the 7 right now because I'm loving Sam Darnold. He's looking really good. I think honestly, this is showing that Sam Darnold's actually a good quarterback right now, and not with the Jets where it's just the Jets just suck. Let's be honest. But yeah, honestly, Sam Darnold's looking amazing. I definitely do feel granted, you could maybe argue if they did play against the Eagles, Jalen Hurts has that experience of winning playoff games. Sam Darnold has no experience. He only has 1 experience in the postseason and just getting a massacre right there. So, but I definitely do feel the Seahawks are looking a lot better. I think Could you say, gentlemen, is Sam Darnold doing a lot better in the situation in Seattle or the situation he was in Minnesota last year?
Now that's tough to tell. Minnesota they had a great season. Sam Darnold was amazing last year.
It's pretty tough. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's a good question to ask.
I mean,
Who's the wide receiver 2 for the Seahawks? Because obviously no number one is
Cup. Is Cooper Cup your wide receiver 2?
Oh, I gotta look this up real quick. There's no way it's Cooper. I mean, if it is, I'd be.
I'm pretty sure it's secondly Cooper Cup.
Yeah, Cooper Cup gets.
Yeah, otherwise Elijah Arroyo, who's I believe is a rookie. So yeah, Cooper Cup, wide receiver 2. So yeah, I like Sam Darnold back with Minnesota, more weapons. But yeah, give them a 7, bump from a 6 to a 7. Because yeah, Jackson Smith and Njigba is having a heck of a season with DK Metcalf over in Pittsburgh now, being wide receiver 1. The tandem of Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, that's working well. Sam Darnold's doing it. So yeah, and their defense is looking pretty solid. Like I said, if they didn't have that fumble recovery, they would have held the Texans to only 12 points, and winning by 15 points would have been amazing. I know it's still an 8-point win. So yeah, comfortable with the 7 for sure.
We'll see. Yeah, this has been very much good for this one. And look at that. We got done with this week. We talked to 30 teams. Now, next week's going to be interesting because there's about 6 teams that are going to have a bye week. And we got week 7 right now over here. Week 8, I'm sorry. So which games are you interested in just seeing?
Well, Stu, right now we got the opening tip-off of NBA, and we got a double overtime game to start the season. What a fun way to start the NBA season.
Yeah, I've been paying attention on my phone. That's why I've been somewhat sidetracked here. But yeah, next week's game, I don't know. There's not really too many standout games. I mean, Bills and Panthers. Panthers look worse than a 4-3 record. Bills are 4-2 on paper. That looks cool, but in reality, might not be great. It should be the Sunday night game. Packers Steelers. Those are top 2 contenders in each conference.
Oh, hear me out, gentlemen. What about the Cowboys versus Broncos?
And that one has potential to be like a fun shootout type of game. I mean, I'll probably pay attention to it.
I mean, the Cowboys have a shot, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what he said, Stu.
Yeah, they do for sure. I mean, the Broncos just struggled mightily for 3 quarters against the Giants, so there's always a shot.
Yes, I mean, and there's a lot of clunkers. I mean, maybe Commanders Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, if the Commanders get healthy, it has potential.
Yeah, but it's like,
I wish I was in Washington, then it'd have more potential.
But what about the Colts? They have a shot of losing against the Titans.
Yeah, at home. That'd be the thumper of the weekend right there.
That would be the thumper of the disappointment this week. So that is pretty much, yeah, I think this week is going to probably be a clunker, but who knows? Maybe I thought week 3 was going to be a clunker, and it turns out there were some surprises in that week.
Yeah, some hidden nuggets.
That was 89. But so, gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts on this week's NFL?
No Lions Colts Super Bowl. That's my thought. Let's go.
Lions Colts Super Bowl. Who would have thought that was going to be in? If that was in the bingo card.
As long as the Lions wear those black jerseys that they wore last night.
Those helmets are so fun. I love those blue helmets.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
They're looking good indeed. So that is it for this week. Next week, we're going to talk about Week 8 NFL stock options. So we'll see who's going to go up, who's going to go down, and who are we going to mock? Probably the Jets, as always. So as always, gentlemen, I'm going to catch you later, Michigators. So as always, take care. Bye-bye.